Hi, I'm Luke Nguyen. Now, to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Australia and Vietnam's diplomatic relations, I'll be embarking on a culinary journey through Vietnam. I'll be meeting up with inspiring Australians, eating delicious regional Vietnamese foods, and I'll also be cooking with some premium Australian produce. Now, to start my journey, I'm in the capital of Vietnam, the ever so charming Hanoi. I'm in the old town of Hanoi in search for the best jacka dish of this local area. Now, all these back streets here sits this wonderful old building, colonial French building. It's called Jacka Tan Long. Now, it's so popular here, even the Michelin Guide has been here as well. Jacka Tan Long is over 130 years old, the most signature dish in Hanoi. So when you're here, you must try it. Oh, I can smell the dill and all the aroma of this fish dish already. Ooh, thơm quá. I love how you threw all of it in. Spring onion, dill.
Dill.
The smells that are coming out of this pan into this room. Incredible. So vermicelli noodles, so fluffy.
Yeah. The rice noodle.
Ooh. Oh, lovely.
Okay, so.
All right.
Yeah.
And all the color of the turmeric, langos go through the noodles. Amazing, amazing. I mean, look at this as a combination. You have all the vermicelli noodles, all the flavor from the fish dripping and absorbed into the noodle, all the fresh herbs,
Yes.
and then the texture
Yes.
of the peanuts as well. Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna eat this all at once, but just... It's such a perfect combination
Yes.
of all the turmeric, galangal, garlic, fish sauce, and then this shrimp paste over the top. Incredible. It's so good. Thank you so much for showing me your family.
Yes.
Jacka Tan Long.
Yes.
One bite is a good idea.
Buddy, it's a long time.
So good to see
How
you.
are you? How are you?
I'm
Are
great.
you well?
Good to see you.
How's this? The symbol of Hanoi.
Stunning. It's
You know?
beautiful.
The weather is great too.
It's calm, serene.
Is that?
So happy to see you again. Thank you.
Same here.
Such a great honor to be here with you in Hanoi.
Absolutely.
Now, Jimmy, KOTO stands for No One Teach One, which is
That's right.
incredible.
Yeah.
Tell us the journey and how KOTO was born.
KOTO's journey began in 1996 when I came to Vietnam
Right.
on a work assignment, a chance meeting with street kids that ultimately changed my life. Decided to want to become the change I want to see in the world. Came back to Vietnam 3 months later, started a journey, had $200 in my pocket, and that passion to wanting to make a difference. But the journey has been always give a man a fish today and he'll eat them today and show him how to fish. So the first 3 years is about giving them fish everywhere I see street kids in this region. And Vietnam, as you can imagine, look, in 1996 was still considered a third world country. 80% live under $1 a day, and there was poverty everywhere. So there was a lot of street kids to help. And then in 1999, a whole bunch of street kids told me that they wanted more. They needed a job, and KOTO was born out of that. Wanting to create them a family, but also a pathway and a future.
Such an incredible story.
Yeah.
So what does KOTO do today?
Vietnam's very first social enterprise, so there's over 50,000 social enterprise now after 25 years of operation.
50,000?
50,000, so it's amazing. So it's another way of helping, not charity, but investment. And that's how they see it. Number two, we a 2-year program based on the Australian curriculum, TAFE, which is Box Hill Institute in Melbourne.
Box Hill curriculum, that's amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So commercial cookery and front of house.
Right.
And so we do a life skills, English training with Apollo here as well. And then at the end of 2 years, we place them basically from zero to hero, which is basically in a 5-star hotel and all that. But the best thing about the program, Luke, is we give them a pathway. So 10% of our students are now working overseas, get scholarship like RMIT, doing university, some are doing masters, some has become head chefs at their own businesses. And we continue to give them that support and a pathway into leadership.
Truly inspiring.
Thank
Truly
you.
inspiring. Now, Jimmy, after 25 years of operations, what are the milestones of KOTO?
But we have over 2,000 kids now, or graduates, now in the hospitality industry. It's so funny, they made a joke that, there's so many of us and so many of the other major hotels and restaurants, they call us the KOTO Mafia. So,
you guys are.
Yeah, so the great thing is about this pathway and this network that support each other. So the community grows as well, the hospitality and to leadership. We create an ecosystem, so we work with the Australian government on called the Her Turn project, which is helping girls in ethnic minorities to have a voice and amplify their voice, and also to give them a platform and equal opportunity. So we've been doing that for 7 years now. We also create a food rescue program, and so based on the Oz Harvest model in Australia. So we're doing it here called Viet Harvest, and so our major partners like Vietnam Airlines and IHG and all that kind of stuff to rescue food.
So KOTO collects the food, or rescues the food.
Surplus food.
Yes, surplus food.
Yep.
And do you bring it back to the KOTO kitchens?
Then the phase one is we work over with 10 charities now, both in Ho Chi Minh and Hanoi, and we give that to the nourish the youth. The next phase is we, like Oz Harvest, we bring it back to the kitchen and then go convert it into gourmet food and nourish the country.
Amazing.
For the underserved. Yeah.
So much respect for you and your entire KOTO team.
Thank you. Always welcome.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Yeah,
thank you so much. Chef Pham, when did you start at KOTO?
I started KOTO in 2011, right after I finished high school. So for me, it's a great opportunity. I never thought I would become a chef, to be honest with you. But then when I know about KOTO, and then when I learned KOTO to be a chef, and after that, I feel, I think it's my destiny, it's my future.
Sure.
It's not only about cooking in the kitchen, but also, like bring the service to the customer, give them the knowledge about Vietnamese cuisine. And also the most important is, I think what I receive from KOTO is also a time for me to, give away, but not just only for the people who study here, but also for people, in the society.
Sure. And you're such a great inspiration to all the current KOTO and Her Turn
That's correct.
students, right? To see where you are, and you're working where now at?
I'm working at Hanoi.
He's not your typical, in Australia, your typical chef kind of feature and look and all that. He's a kind of a small man.
Yeah.
With a gigantic heart.
Yes.
And I think that what sets him apart is like everything he cooks, everything he did with passion. And I think in the industry is to have that taking him so far to where he is today.
Yeah.
Capella Hotel is an incredible address.
And Jimmy, what keeps you going after 25 years?
Yeah.
What keeps you just driving and getting more students and bringing their success in their careers?
The purpose for a lot of people that spend their whole life looking for purpose. I found mine at a very young age. I was 24 years old. I found a purpose that I'm very passionate about. And for me, every day when you wake up, you go to work. There's no other job in the world. You go to work, and you see a whole bunch of a sea of smiling faces, and say good morning to you. And your translation to that is, thank you for my future. And that's to me is so.
I love that. Thank you for my future. And you all have a bright future ahead. Congratulations, everyone. And lovely to meet you all. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers. 25 years of KOTO. That's amazing. These guys. Cheers, everyone. Thank you, Jimmy, for sharing such an incredible and touching story. Now, it's time to say goodbye to KOTO as I continue my culinary adventure in Hanoi and follow Chef Com to his workplace kitchen. Stay tuned and join me for my upcoming story in part 2 of Hanoi.